Hello, and welcome to the final season of Adjacent by Night Resolution. The last outgoing of these particular kindreds, so as a warning, this is a mature game and explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, drug use, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. If the players ever get uncomfortable or they need a pause during the game, we use the yellow and red card system, and they will let me know in our Zoom chat if there's anything wrong, and then we will step away from that particular scene and go into something else. If you, as a viewer, ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are going to be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode if you feel ready, or skip ahead to the next one. So, thank you to our sponsor, Dogmite Games. Dogmite Games is the best gaming company you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship and artistry to create truly unique pieces of functional art for your games, from dice boxes and rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens for GMs. Each piece is created on site in their workshop in Michigan by a devoted team of craftsmen. And I am going to show off this piece because I didn't get a chance to with our Hunter game, and it is amazing. It's got like the inspiration thing. Put all your dice in here. Put a mini in there. And it's got the Raven on the front. And our other sponsor, Adventure Dice. Adventure Dice is your Canadian source for dice, role-playing game accessories, and other tabletop gaming goodies. Many of the items on their site are handcrafted in beautiful British Columbia. You can check out the link. We'll be over there, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pointing in the right direction. Perfect. And they still have dice advent calendars available. So if you want to pick up one of those, there should be a few more available. So head on over to their website and you can get it. And Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of ttrpg veterans ready to work for you. From actual play production to tabletop game development, they're a one-stop shop for all your creative needs. Investing in the World of Darkness streaming community helps keep channels like this one online and thriving, and they greatly appreciate any help you can give them on their Patreon or other various media platforms. Check it out over there. And that is it for that. So it's time to introduce our vampires. Let's start off over here with Sam.
It's me first this time.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Samantha McLarty. I will be playing Elena Cortez, the La Sombra, and I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. No worries at all.
Lex?
Hi, I'm Lex. I'm playing your favorite Toreador, Cassandra. And yeah, smooth sailing here on out. I think everything's going to be good. Healthy.
And one of our special guests for this particular episode, Matt.
Hi, I'm Matthew Webb. I'm going to be playing Victor Christos, one of the few sane people around here.
And another special guest for this episode, Jonathan.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jonathan Fye. I will be playing Silas Gowden, a Sabbat La Sombra, Victor's child, and I identify as a threat.
That's fair.
That's fair.
So when last we saw this particular faction of the Adjacent by Night coterie, they were setting sail, I want to say, even though there's no sail on this particular boat. They were absconding someone else's boat and leaving. May or may not have been a bloodbath on there, may or may not have been a fire. You know, they'll figure it out. If you want to see what happened on that particular episode, go over there to our YouTube and check that out. So from what I understand it, they were leaving from Los Angeles and they were heading up the west coast of the United States to make landfall in Seattle. So it's been probably about a week, give or take, as you all made your way up the coast and you are just pulling in to Seattle. So I'm going to get a rouse check from everyone, as it'll be a different night from the last time we saw these particular kindred. And if you want to do a rouse check, you can hit !rouse over there and do it in the chat. Sam. I know we haven't played vampires in a while, but I know that look. You're muted.
Real early in the game, Steve, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hungrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dice did not
Oh.
smile upon me today.
Wow. Okay, Matt, bring it home.
Victor's fine.
Okay.
Of course he is.
I mean, there always has to be kind of a 25% chance of somebody at least getting a fairly good roll. So I think we established last time that Jonathan's beast sounds kind of like Victor.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
would
very much. It sounds like my very disapproving Sombra sire. Because
He's not
why?
disapproving. He has high expectations.
Christ.
Ow! All right, that hurt even worse. Thanks. Wow.
I mean, he's setting the bar this high, and
No, that's.
you're just.
It's really cute that you think that it's only this high.
So, I hate to put you on the spot here, Matt, but what would the beast in Jonathan's head sound like, or Silas's head sound like?
You know, there are two weak, humanity-ridden kindred on this ship that you could just take so easily and assert yourself, and no one would be the wiser. You could just leave all of this, ignore the mission, and just suck down their souls, and it would be fantastic and exactly what I'd want you to do.
As tempting as that is, we have a job to do.
Do we? Or is that just another excuse?
Shut the fuck up. Get the fucking back of my head here, because it's not you. You're not you. You're not you.
And that's probably the last you hear about that until we get another rouse check. Elena, you roll out of bed a little bit before Cassandra, give or take about a half an hour, if I have my humanity charts correct. And you hear Elena.
To try to ignore it now. Ignore.
And it starts to shift slightly. Elena, hey, Elena, you know, you should probably like eat, I don't know, someone, yeah, come on. I know, like, I'm really disappointed in you that, you know, you're like eating a bunch of people.
What?
And you really, you know, you shouldn't do that.
No,
You really
no,
shouldn't do that
just
at all.
no. Shh.
Yeah.
No. See, no, you are not one of the voices in my head. No.
Yeah, I'm kind of here. Like you do this if you like love me.
Why don't you do me a favor and you just go back to the webby world and you calculate the odds
Yeah.
that you calculate the odds that
Yep.
this is going to work out perfect.
Well, it would work out perfect
No, shh. It's a surprise. You can't tell me.
I kind of have
You
to
should
tell
tell
you.
Cassandra. No, you have to tell Cassandra because then she gets to surprise me. It's a surprise. You have to.
Yeah.
You can't. No, you just can't tell me.
I
No.
can't tell Cassandra because that's somebody else in her head.
Or you could go find yourself and do this to yourself. I bet you two would have a great conversation. You could really get into the statistics of it all.
Yeah, would that be weird? No, I don't think I'm
Weirder
gonna do
than
that.
normal.
No.
Okay, well, tell you what. Why don't you just be quiet for a little while, or I'm gonna do really, really bad things that are going to make you even more disappointed.
Okay. Love you.
I'm not. Not real. Not real. I'm going to go wake up Cassandra now.
Speaking of Cassandra and voices in her head.
Yay!
Cassandra, you wake up and you hear Kaz.
What do you want?
Oh, you know what I want.
Yeah. I know what you want. I think. What do you want?
I want you to eat people.
Well, like, I want that too.
I know. And you're making me so proud.
Oh, good, yay. You know, like, everyone was like, don't kill people so much because it's gonna be really bad. But once I started killing people, things got, like, a lot easier. And, like, you're not even a dick most of the time anymore.
Don't listen to them. You're my favorite child.
Yeah, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Was that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, you could just, like, leave a voicemail.
Yeah. You do
Or
remember
text me?
that. Yeah, you do remember that you diablerized me, right?
Yeah, but, like, being diablerized wouldn't keep me from texting people.
It kind of would.
Spoken like someone who grew up without an iPhone. I mean, I did too. I guess I just adapted better than you.
And that's the last you hear about that.
Oh, I annoyed my beast away. Hooray!
So,
Path of fucking annoying, apparently.
Path of Molgoth.
You annoyed your id to the point that it decided to just leave. So
it was like she's doing fine.
With the
Gonna have to remember that one.
With the boat pulling up in near Seattle, what would everyone be doing?
Victor is driving. I suppose it's a boat, so he's piloting.
Yeah, it's got a steering wheel. It's fine.
Close enough for government work. Silas will actually likely be heading up there briefly because I think it's very likely that Victor knows whenever Silas ends up hearing his beast nagging at him, he usually will try to sort of affirm with his own eyes, no, that was not in fact Victor bitching at me.
I mean,
Not
that's
Victor
bitching
is-
at me, I mean, judging the hell out of me and making me rethink every choice I've ever made in life.
how can
Victor
you
is
tell?
expertly piloting the craft and doesn't take much notice to his approach.
How much longer?
A few minutes will make port. Is there something that's an issue?
No, everything it's fine. There's nothing wrong.
I don't know whether I'm disappointed by the fact you are lying or the quality of your lying more.
I don't like lying to you, you know that.
Yeah, you just did. I'm glad you're capable of doing things you don't like to do. Never mind. How are
A
our
little hungry,
passengers?
that's all.
I see. How are our passengers?
Didn't exactly check on them yet. I would assume they're fine.
Well, you know what assuming does.
Oh, for fuck's sake, fine, I'll be your errand boy.
Well, would you rather me stop driving?
I mean, I could try, but we both know how that'll end up.
So it's best that you attend to this task, wouldn't it? Now, if you want to get into petulant little power plays with me, I can do this all day, and we can completely ignore the task at hand instead.
All right, all right.
Keep a double eye on Cassandra. She's looking more wraith-like by the minute, it seems.
Will do. Rather, I will do what I can for that one.
If only they weren't so unreliable, they'd be such a candidate for enlightenment.
I disagree with you on that. I think that they would be a candidate for enlightenment. It might actually give them structure.
An interesting take. We'll see if it's true. If they even have any need or capacity for structure.
I think they do. And if they're actually going to be useful as a member of the Sword for any length of time, one would hope that we can figure out a path of enlightenment that suits them.
I think that she'd do quite well on ours if she could be convinced to embrace it. Pardon the pun.
I think you're correct, actually.
We'll see.
I'll go check on them.
All right.
Excellent.
So, over the last week, how has Victor and Silas been kind of talking to the other two, to Cassandra and Elena, with regards to Sabbat things? What would have the two of you brought kind of into their lives as stories or as writing?
Well, we've done the Valkyrie, and we would have done at least one more.
Okay.
I think most of Victor's interest is actually on Cassandra.
Okay.
Because he's looking at Cassandra degenerate and quite frankly is looking at it as both a liability and an opportunity. So he's been checking in on her and basically saying, there's other ways of doing things than peddling about with your human side or just falling completely to the words of your beast. And he's been soft selling that idea.
Cassandra's been interested, clearly, but whenever the topic sort of comes around to her being in some way wrong about something, she gets very petulant very quick, and it devolves into Cassandra-isms designed to annoy him away from her. And I think Victor's definitely smart enough to see that for the defense mechanism it is.
Yeah, and he backs off and comes back around another time whenever that comes up. He's definitely not letting up, and he's definitely not surrendering. That's not in his nature.
I'm just chuffed that the closed captioner decided that Cassandra-isms is a word.
The caption gets me.
Caption doesn't recognize half of people's names, but it recognizes shit like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And there probably would have been a moment where he basically said, it's very amusing that you think you can act stupid around me and I'll buy it.
Amazing what people will let you get away with when they think you don't know better.
I know. That's not me. You know exactly where you are and where you're going. You're smart enough to see that. And you're smart enough to be looking for an off-ramp.
Oh, yeah. You got one?
I've got a very, very good one if you're willing to learn. And it's not easy. And it's not for the weak.
Well, I'm not much of a quitter, as long as it's interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting. But you're going to have to tear yourself down a little bit before we build you back up.
I'm familiar with the gutters.
I can tell. Plus, if you're going to lick Inhuman, you might as well get the benefits of it.
Right?
I think we can talk.
Assuming Cervantes doesn't just scoop us right out of your grasp.
I have your every confidence in your ability to find your way back from wherever Cervantes puts you. If not, you're not as suitable for my ways as you seem to be.
I do enjoy rising to a challenge.
Do you enjoy dominating those which should be dominated?
Yes.
Good. Then Cervantes should not be a problem for you, should he?
He was kind of a little bitch last time.
And his shenanigans, for lack of a better word, regarding the gangrel did not amuse me either.
Yeah, what was the deal with that? Sending like multiple groups to get us? Was he hoping you guys would just kill each other?
He was either hedging his bets, or he had some ulterior motive, such as having them take us out. Either way, I don't appreciate it. I have very little interest in playing those sorts of games with someone like him. And while we are bound to deliver you to them, beyond that and after that moment, our dance card is free. We're not bound by oaths to his every whim like some are.
I'm not. I just gotta help Elena see this through first, one way or the other.
You're a good friend.
I made a promise.
Sometimes promises are meant to be broken.
At this kind of promise. She helped me take out my daddy, I'm gonna help her take out hers.
I see. Well, that is a worthy cause. I hope and pray that you're victorious. However, this is something that we would not be able to assist you with. It would cause repercussions. However, afterwards, we might be able to give you safe harbor.
I think I'd like that.
I think that we get along more than you'd expect.
Do you like the La Sombra?
I don't like many of us anymore, but I like you.
Yay.
I'm not one to judge people by clan. which is perhaps why I saw through your charade.
The best thing you can do is play the hand you're dealt, right?
The best thing you can do is play the role people are expecting you to until the knives come out.
Exactly.
It'll be
I think we
interesting to
did.
see you put to the test.
Well, I've never failed a test unless it was essay-based.
I wonder how much you've actually been tested.
I bet it's more than you think.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, when Cervantes is said and done, I'll show you my tragic backstory if you show me yours.
It starts in Spain and it goes downhill from there.
Mine starts in Vancouver and it literally goes underground from there.
Vancouver or Spain, which is a worse starting point? Who knows?
Every city has its foibles.
Do you know what the La Sombra go through before they're granted the embrace?
Mm-mm.
We're tested extensively. Things are taken from us. We're taught to persevere through a great deal. I do not think the Toreador go through the same testing.
Not the same kind of testing, no. All my testing came after the embrace.
We go through a great deal of stripping away before the embrace is even considered. You lose everything, and they see whether you can survive that before they even consider the bite. Afterwards is a great honor. My sire did it to me. I did it to Silas. It's a slow process.
Do you think it's easier that way? To be divorced from everything that held you back as a human? Or do you think it makes you weaker not to have anything to rely on?
I think it makes us stronger because it makes us clear our place in the world from the very beginning.
I get that.
Everything's cut away into perfect clarity. All darkness becomes as light, as is our way.
Mine was all haze and confusion. I didn't know what had happened, and I woke up on my own.
You were abandoned?
I had to go to my friend Charlie, who had always been kind of a weird guy, and he told me what I was and showed me what I had to do the next day.
Your sire did not train you?
No. No, I didn't see him again until a couple months ago. And then I took him.
That is...
Because he owed it to me.
That is despicable. I have been a guiding hand in Silas's life since he was embraced. My sire was a guiding hand until I could not tolerate him anymore. But the work of making a pauper canite is the work of decades. And they abandoned you?
Yeah. Sometimes I think he hoped I'd get confused and just stumble out into the daylight. I think it was an accident. He told me later he loved me, but people will tell you that all the time.
That is a pathetic reason for the embrace. Also, Cain said unto us, do not embrace love.
I don't think he understood the difference between being in love with something and being stunned by how much better than you it is.
Love is a treacherous thing. It was a treacherous thing before, and it's a treacherous thing as what we are now. I think we're best divorced from such human feelings.
I think I'm learning that.
Humans are pack animals. They do everything as a group. They love, they move, they do things together. More akin to the tiger or the shark, and are best thinking of ourselves that way. The reason we do the Valdery is so that we might tolerate and work together better despite our solitary natures.
You don't love Silas, care for him? Any adjective you'd like to put there?
Oh, I care for him. He is my child. I consider him to be something which I am responsible for and something which reflects upon me. So I care about him. But do I love him? That emotion rings hollow to me now. I don't think I know the real meaning of it anymore. Does that
I used to
disappoint
think I
you?
saw it. Maybe a little. Maybe I hoped that, you know, love's what you're supposed to want. It's what you're supposed to strive for. And I used to think that I saw it everywhere in human eyes reflected back at you, in my coterie when we would look after each other. But the longer that all seems to go on, the more it just looks like ownership and control.
Dominance. Like a
Yeah,
predator.
yeah. The audience looks up at me and they don't love me, they just want a piece of me. My coterie looks after me not because they love me, but because they have to, or I don't know, because they want to make sure I can't leave.
That is the heart of what we are, the desire for control, the desire for territory, the desire for dominance, which is why the Sabbat do the things we do in order to mitigate these desires. Left unchecked, we all behave like the elders, seeking control, seeking territory, seeking to dominate. Vampires don't know the difference between desire and consumption. It's in our nature. We must come to terms with the fact that we try to state our emotions in human terms, but we're not human. So are we really capable of love?
Do you think you're capable of being loved?
I could not imagine the fool that would love me, but I suppose I could be loved. Now, do I think Silas cares about me? Absolutely. I think he looks to me as a mentor. I think he looks to me as someone to emulate. He looks to me as someone to guide him. Do these things become love? Can it be called friendship? I think it's something beyond words.
Do you think that's because you're old? Like, I don't mean that like offensively, like blah blah blah, you don't look a day over 30 or whatever. But like when you were young, when you were learning, do you think it's different, or because of the way you were embraced, did that all just get stripped away immediately?
It was a while before I became enlightened and no longer was burdened by human ideas. Who I am now is the product of many, many years of work. I've come to terms with what I am and no longer try to, how to put it, shove square pegs into round holes, taking human emotions and shoving them into my canine nature. I no longer try to express what I am and how I feel in terms of human emotion. Not like that. I'm not saying I don't get angry, I don't get sad, I don't get any of these things. What I'm saying is that when I look at my relationship with others, I don't think in terms of friendship and love. I think in terms of predator and fellow predator and what we mean to each other. And words are not easy. Our words were made by our prey, and thus find it hard to encapsulate.
What
The
about the
closest,
things you want? I mean,
but
without all the love and stuff, what do you want? You know, where do you, what would make you feel fulfilled? Where would you be in 10 years? Are you going to be a bishop? Are you going to be president?
I want my pack to be safe and I want them to flourish. I want the sword of Cain to be sharpened. And I want the tools of the antediluvians to be dead because they would threaten the safety of my pack and its freedom. I want to be what I am. I want to succeed at being what I am without question. That is what I want most. And that would make me fulfilled. But most importantly, it is the journey that fulfills me. If you go chasing, how to put this? If you are endless and immortal, expecting there to be an end goal is a recipe for madness.
Hmm. I guess I never considered that part.
It's like a dog chasing a car. What would you do if you caught it?
Get run over, probably.
Exactly.
Mind
Constant
interrupting
refinement,
something private?
constant perfection. Oh, hello, Silas.
Am I interrupting something private, or may I join the two of you?
We're talking about the nature of things. Silas, as a
Yeah.
breach of the conversation, would you consider yourself to love me?
That's a very difficult question to answer. Love? No. Not in the slightest.
What then?
Admire would be a positive word I could attach to my feelings about Victor. Yeah, that would probably be the most positive thing I could attach. Admire in the sense that I wish to emulate him, but I don't think any properly embraced Lasombra could use the word love towards their sire.
I was just educated on what that kind of an embrace means.
Yeah.
Well, without sparking up any like drama here,
No, it's
why don't you hate him?
I do.
Then why are you here?
You don't have to love the person that made you into something better than you ever could have been. You don't have to thank somebody for putting you through the most unimaginable pain possible, knowing that you came out the other side of it into and became something fucking divine.
What is it, First Corinthians? Love is patient, love is kind. I don't believe I'm either of those.
No. No, you are most certainly not. And despite all of that, I'm also grateful to him for putting me through that. I was nothing. I was untapped potential, I believe, is what you told me. And I did not have the ability to tap or direct that potential.
You were unforged iron,
That's it.
and I was both furnace and anvil.
Yes.
I've killed everyone that's ever hurt me. My
Just
sire.
killed them?
Well, as much as I could. I ate my maker, and I was still unconscious when the Nosferatu who took me and tortured me and dismembered me in the sewers was killed.
But that was without purpose, was it not? That wasn't done for you.
No, it was done for him using me.
Everything I did to Silas, I did for him, just as everything that was done to me was done for me.
Where's your
Exactly.
sire now, then?
My sire has made an unfortunate decision.
They do that, it seems.
I hope to meet him one day, and then I will pay him back for all of his previous kindnesses by restoring him to what he should be, which is either one of us or dead.
Fair.
I know which one I'm hoping for.
Ooh, which one?
I think that any one of us that has made that unfortunate decision should be reclaimed.
Strengthen the sword. Sharpen the sword, right?
You can't sharpen a blade without losing some of the metal.
I guess that's true. So,
But
Silas, what do you want then? I asked Victor, but what do you want? You know, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Like it's an interview at Burger King.
I'll take your word for that one. What do I want? My current, I guess, only focuses or desires, what have you, is to get through this and, in theory, be able to get back into the theaters of combat over in the Middle East. I think Victor will agree that politicking and such is
dodging
all
the
well and good.
question.
What do I want? Fine. He does that. Yeah, I'm dodging it because it's intensely personal.
I mean, hey, I'm no licensed therapist here. You don't have to take part in the sharing circle.
This is your packmate, though. I'm sorry, is facing what might be too painful that you've run from it?
I don't run from anything. You, of all people, know that.
Prove it.
I am the idiot that ran towards you more than once.
Knife in hand.
More than once.
So you have a willing ear, and you have someone that you don't quite know you can trust like me, asking an intimate question. So share, if you dare. If you dare be vulnerable for a moment to someone you have Volderied with.
I'd like to actually find somebody that I think would be worthy enough for the embrace. I'd like to actually try my hand at molding another proper generation of the Sombra. And maybe
Despite what was done
eventually,
to you.
because of it.
Huh.
We don't view what was done to us with regret.
No. No, you mistake it when I say that I feel hate for him. I do, because I am likely older than you by a significant degree, but I'm not so old that I've lost attachment to certain emotions. I am starting to be able to view them in a different way. I say hate because I don't have another word for it yet. There is residual anger and resentment for what was done. And I think that's something that is always part of who we are. But again, it made me worthy. It made me strong. It made me able to stand against creatures so much more powerful than anything I could have ever imagined, and be able to walk away the victor. I don't regret any of it. And I would like to be able to find someone that is worthy of that. And maybe eventually, when the night comes that I am ready, possibly ask Victor to finally teach me what I would need to know to become a priest in my own right. Possibly finally someday leave this pack and become a spiritual leader for another.
I get that answer. Yeah. I guess my last little while has just been very go here, do this. Okay, now go here and deal with the fallout of the thing you just did. Okay, now deal with the fallout of that. Like, it's just been running around led by the nose. It feels like there's no way to do anything with these lives and these powers we've been given.
I think that's the difference between us and whatever sect you've been running with in the past.
Name it.
Remember that so much of what they do is based on distracting oneself from one's nature.
Mhm.
Our existence is based on refining that nature.
Everyone always just said the Sabbat was all, skull breaking and spine ripping.
It's because we loathe them and we kill them because they are servants of the antediluvians. Plus,
They're absolutely terrified to tell you the reality of what we are.
also, those lies are sometimes extremely useful.
Well, we all know the joy of hiding behind the easy lie.
Mhm. Also, it's always useful to have cities vacate at the mention of a Sabbat making war.
We may
Well,
or may not have
Vancouver
helped
didn't.
to, not all, but we may or may not occasionally help promote some of those stereotypes and perceptions for that reason.
But
Seems useful.
in reality, we simply are the one group which says, let us be what we are without any lies or deceptions. That is what we are. Let us help each other. Let us elevate each other.
I think I'd like that.
I think you would do well, but he gestures to you and goes, "You're slipping quickly."
I'm just so fucking bored all the time. The only thing that's fun is when there's blood and fire and screaming because it's almost a little bit like being alive again for a minute. And everything else is just doing someone's fucking checklist. And I didn't do checklists when I was alive.
Then I think that you need to find another way of finding your power and your nature rather than simply giving into the thrill of the beast, because the beast will destroy you. It poses as your friend, but we are not slaves to our beast. Not at all. I have mine well caged. It is not my friend, no matter how much it tries to pose as it.
I mean,
It is your adversary no matter what, and it tries to corrupt everything that you will ever do or ever touch. And I understand very well how hard it is to resist it at the point that you're at. I'm
And
not
like the
terribly long
serpent,
on a path.
like the serpent, it does occasionally speak truth, but it's still a goddamn snake.
I mean, if the Cam and the Anarchs and the Sabbat and the Independents are all telling me I should stop listening to my beast, I mean, at some point, I've got to listen, right?
What you need to do is learn to not let it dictate your actions, but find a synthesis with it, a symbiosis with it.
Exactly. We don't deny it. We just, instead of letting it ride us and make our decisions for us, we ride it.
It informs our actions, it does not control it.
Yes.
We do not deny it constantly, but we keep it in its place. If you keep going down the path you're going, it will simply take you over. I've seen
Ultimately,
it too
what
many
it wants
times.
is to get rid of you.
But I like
And,
me.
well, then let's do the best we can to preserve you then. Because obviously, just sitting there and being told to deny your beast and be human isn't working for you, Cassandra.
Uh-uh. No. There used to be this big rush from the crowds, you know? Like, even after I was a vampire, I get up on stage and I do my thing, and everyone was there, and everyone adored me, and everyone was looking at me, and it was fulfilling. And then it just got less and less and less fulfilling the fewer of those people looking at me were screaming.
Yeah. The farther you fall, the less meaningful anything that you used to care about or find fascinating or enjoy becomes, because the beast doesn't give a fuck about that. And every time you slip, you lose a piece of you. That's why you don't have those rushes anymore. That's why you don't feel the same kind of joy that you used to. For me, that's why he went at me as hard as he did, because I don't want to lose me, despite how much I enjoy it in the moment. We all do. I don't want to lose me.
With the crowd, were you seeking adoration or were you seeking power?
They've always kind of been one and the same for me. I mean, you know, look at me. People looked at me and did what I told them. They always have. Anything I wanted, anywhere I wanted to go. Businesses, cars, boats, civil planning, anything I wanted was mine if I just asked with a big enough smile.
But did you ever really assert power? Or did you simply take what people felt like giving you? Were you given things or did you take them?
I mean, I asked for them and they were given to me. It's not like people were like, hey, do you want, well, they literally that one time he was like, hey, do you want a boat? And I was like, yeah, I want a boat. And that's how I got a boat. But other times I've been like, hey, I really want that condo. And then all of a sudden the condo was in my name.
So what I am getting at is that it is no longer in your nature to be adored and to seek the love of others, but it is in your nature to seek power over others. And we can teach you how to use your beast and not succumb to it in order to get the thrill of power that comes from your nature as a vampire, as a canine.
I want that.
That we can teach you. Well, we may be able to teach you. I am not going to tell you that many walk this path successfully. Many fail. Silas is not even my first child. I've had to destroy one or two because they failed.
I've only ever met 2 broodmates. We all know that he's embraced others. There are no others. But while that may sound like a daunting or dangerous possibility, nothing worth having in our existence in these nights is, not worth taking a risk to achieve. It's possible that you won't be able to do this. But if that's the case, you'll be no worse off than your current path is leading you down to now.
I think
But
I
if
can
we
do it.
but if we can ground you in the desire for power that's in the depths of your soul and make that a new anchor for you, you could be something terrible and awesome in the biblical sense. I can see the potential. And when I see potential, it tends to exist.
I'm in.
With one possible exception.
Oh, that was mean. I think you're exceptional, Silas.
Very well, then. We can proceed with your instruction.
All right.
Once we can do a little here, but there's only so much we can do on a boat. But afterwards, after you've dealt with Cervantes, but then again, maybe dealing with Cervantes is the first test.
Well, that's
That would be an excellent
Elena's.
first test.
That's Elena's kill. That girlfriend has claimed that. That
We're
is
not
her
saying
right.
that you have to do the kill. You don't have to do the kill.
You just have to control the situation.
Elena is pretty easy to manipulate.
You seem like you're the natural master of that relationship.
Unless you ask her. Then, no.
People can think they're in control all they want.
As long as you're the one actually pulling the strings, you're the one in power.
Exactly.
Elena just needs someone to protect from a threat. Doesn't matter the someone, doesn't matter the threat.
And eventually, Elena will realize that you are the natural leader of the situation.
It'll be interesting to see what she does in that case. We're not normally followers, at least if
She'll
we're
want us all to
embraced
go
properly.
She'll want us all to go home. To reunite
You're
the
in
C
the
team.
Sabbat now. This is home. The pack is home.
Back to the others, then, I guess.
And
Whether
what do you
to
want?
induct them.
That's not an answer. What does your beast want and what does your soul want?
Well, my beast just wants to kill its way through Seattle. Just like up and down the streets.
And then what does your soul want? What is that part of you that is no longer human but canine? What does it want? I'm not talking about the beast. I'm talking about your nature.
I want to be bigger than I am now. I want to be more than what I've been allowed to be.
Then maybe you're fated to be the Bishop of Vancouver. Why are you laughing?
Well, a very long time ago we joked about Prince Cassandra, but I think I like Bishop a lot more.
So do we, strangely enough.
It would be a far more interesting destiny for you.
It would, wouldn't it?
And if that's what you want, at some point you're going to have to make a decision. And that decision may end up being that you have to walk away.
Or that decision is that you find the symbiosis between your beast and your nature and your soul. And you
Oh,
murder the
moment,
fuck out
walking.
of the things.
So a little bit of murder is still okay.
If it is in service to your soul and not to the beast.
How do you tell the difference sometimes?
Oh, that is alchemy, not science. That is an art. But part of the meditation upon one's soul and becoming enlightened is beginning to know the difference.
And sometimes you
Yeah.
still don't always get it right.
Well, there's that.
The soul motivates. It lights fires within you. The beast pushes. It barks. It whines.
That it does.
So you must chase your enlightenment rather than succumbing to the pressure of the beast. And you make the beast a servant of your soul. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And you know, like, even when I'm looking back on some of the things that I've done, like, somewhat recently, I can even tell the difference, you know?
How so?
Like, well, some of the people we've killed and eaten, I definitely didn't have to take their soul, and there wasn't really much in it for me to gain, but it just seemed like such a fun thing to do that I just did it because, and sometimes because people had told me specifically not to. And maybe that was more of a beast push than a soul fire kind of decision.
Contrariness is not a fit guide for eternity. Because contrariness is still letting other people define what you're going to do.
Never thought about it like that.
You think I've never suggested something to you just knowing that you would fight against it and do the opposite?
No, this is news to me.
You think others haven't done the same thing?
No, I'm sure they have.
It's that old adage, don't think of a pink elephant. Like I said, contrariness is just another form of control. You're caring too much about what other people want. And you're caring how they feel when you walk into the crowd without simply knowing that all of them should obey you because of who and what you are.
It's not about winning them over. They should already be in line.
If they don't gaze upon you and love you and despair of you at the same time, you're not doing it right. And you should know that that's what they're doing because of who and what you are.
From the mouth of babes.
Is that why Cerveza has a literal throne made of bones to make sure that happens when people enter the room?
Really? Does he?
For real, for real.
I don't know which path Cervantes walks, but there's no accounting for taste. If you need to be that obvious, you must be desperate.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
it was
is
all
he?
obviously a show.
There's a show, and there's being little better than a vaudevillian farce. Do
Well,
I wear bone? Do I
mm-mm.
need a crown?
I'm of the opinion everyone should have a crown, so...
We don't
Well,
need them because as proper fucking Lasombra, it's already part of who we are.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen.
Of course you listen. You're still around, aren't you?
That's fair, actually.
One day, Silas, you will no longer have to listen to me, and I will be both. I will be so happy and so afraid in that moment. One day.
One day I will choose to stop listening to you.
You act like there's a difference.
I do wake every night and make the choice to stay.
Of course, it's a choice.
So what's the Seattle plan?
We're supposed to deliver you to Cervantes in Seattle. We'll make port there and then try to get you to the meeting spot. Before that, we're going to meet up with our pack who made the overland journey.
Oh yeah, I forgot about about those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, are they okay?
I have received no word from Dev.
We're a
Silas, do
little
you
bit.
have a phone?
I
or did
do. Found one on board.
It's at that point the
Heard us
phone
last
rings.
Hey! Well, we're close enough to sure to actually get reception. Yeah.
Hey,
How are the two of you?
eh,
It's not an answer.
eh.
I swear to the Dark Father.
All right, all right, all right. Get off my ass. Yeah, we're fine.
Good. Where are you?
Seattle. Do you know they have a wall made of bubble gum?
I'm putting this on fucking speaker. No, I didn't know they have a wall made of bubble gum, and I don't care that they have a wall made of bubble gum.
It's really fucking gross.
Hello,
Recon
Dev.
situation. What are we walking into?
Well,
Also, Victor says hi.
there's a bunch of everything around. The Scourge is apparently after the last attempt of the Sabbat to try to take out Seattle. Didn't work so well. So the Scourge is patrolling.
Okay, so target number 1. Got it.
I think the sheriff is kicking around somewhere too, but we haven't seen him yet.
Any information on the Scourge or the sheriff plans?
Well, I think the Scourge, considering where the last Sabbat ended up, probably around the dock area.
Clan information? Anything? Come on, Dev, you're better than this.
Well, he's fucking Bruja.
Yeah, Dev, come on.
You've been instructing her, haven't you?
I haven't.
Hi, Victor.
Now, treat your clanmates right.
Hmm.
Or packmates right, rather.
I mean, she might be crazy, but she ain't my clanmate, for fuck's sakes.
But
I
she
find
is
her
a
quite
packmate.
rational
Hmm.
when the mood strikes her. Much like you, Dev, come to think of it.
Yeah, it can't be rational. Because it's all part of the code.
Right. Just keep an eye out for black helicopters.
Haven't
Wait.
seen any, right?
Do you have any black helicopters above you right now?
No.
No.
Are you
We're-
sure?
No.
Because you can't hear them.
But we are the Sombra, and we can see pretty damn well in the dark. No, there's nothing above us like that. It's okay.
Hmm.
I'll give you the phone as soon as we get there also, and as soon as we see you, so that you can secure this one.
Right.
So the Bruja Scourge is hovering around the docks, which we're going to be coming into.
Yep.
Well,
Do you want us to, like, cause a distraction?
once we get close enough, definitely cause a distraction.
Yeah.
Like, regular distraction or...
You don't have to go full Minnesota about it, but
Minnesota was a good time, though. Come on.
Yeah.
I know, but
Don't-
there's no, we don't have time for that. And frankly, I don't want to hit national news again.
Yeah, that was us.
Oh my god.
It wasn't. Okay,
It was a
Cassandra,
good time, but
it was a good time. And it wasn't entirely my fault.
in his defense, he was left unsupervised.
That is true.
Ooh, bad choices.
Listen, as much as massive industrial sabotage amuses me and is a fun topic of conversation, we just need a smaller distraction, a drive-by, something of that nature, something to get them looking away from when we dock the ship, and we get off with the four of us.
Give me 20 minutes notice.
I believe we can arrange that.
We can certainly arrange that. Actually, the other thing that might behoove us to do, or to have you do, the drive-by is an excellent idea. Don't get me wrong. Pull a couple of poor bastards off the street, embrace them, shake them up, throw them out for the scourge to deal with. Let them make a very loud distraction for them.
Okay. Well, technically that's sort of a Sabbat drive-by, let's be honest.
I mean, that may be what you call a drive-by, Dev, but that is not my definition of one.
I mean, I literally thought that's what you were talking about to begin with.
Oh, and if you see any buildings that are on fire, there's only a 50-50 chance they're actually on fire. Sometimes it's not real fire.
Now, what in the blue fuck is that supposed to mean?
Well, when we were here last time, they had one of those spooky guys on the bottom floor making it look like the Elysium was on fire.
A what now?
Spooky guys meaning
The illusion
Ravnos.
guys.
Ravnos.
That's the one.
Ravnos.
Fucking
Right, there's
Ravnos.
Ravnos.
Yeah, they make it look like the Elysium's on fire so that no one goes and sets the Elysium on fire because it's already on fire.
When it's not a Tremere, it's a goddamn Ravnos.
Well, they have
Technically,
lots of Tremere here too.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, one
Hey,
of them
maybe
tested
I'll
our
finally learn
blood,
some
but instead
fucking
we
blood
ate
magic.
it.
I mean, we got rid of all ours. That was a good time. I still don't know what happened.
Murder, Dev. A lot
Yeah.
of murder.
Hmm.
Also
Apparently-
known as the usual.
Yeah, all right.
Look, they had it coming.
I mean,
No wonder they were nervous. They all had it coming.
Hmm.
all the Tremere technically have it coming. Let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Tremere suck.
Fuck the Tremere.
Fuck the
Yes.
They don't
Tremere,
even
yes.
call you in the morning.
So what?
What?
Oh, the new Prince of Vancouver, Jude, the Tremere. Yeah, her and I had kind of a little thing for a while there, but then she never called me back. So now I send her 100 dead roses and a horse's heart every month.
Well, now you have a brand new motivation to become Bishop of Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we're
I
gonna
had-
make that happen.
I apparently have not been talking to you guys in quite a while.
I mean, this is the first time we've been close enough to shore for me to get signal, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
You ready the shovel heads, and we will give you 20 minutes warning before we make port.
Yeah,
Then-
Vic, you're assuming I haven't already prepared the shovel heads.
How foresightful of you, Dev. How
Right?
foresightful of you.
This is
It's
why we
all-
love you, Dev.
Part of the code.
Never change.
Right.
I'll explain the reference later, Victor, I promise. How many times have I said that?
How many
That's
times
what
have
I-
you
part of
followed
what I keep you
through?
around for.
I usually follow through, actually.
Mm.
All right.
Sometimes
we'll
I
give
don't
you
care by the end of it.
Yeah. That's fair.
All right.
But at least
so
I understand
yeah.
you, Dev.
give me 20 minutes head start, heads up.
We'll give you a heads up.
Yeah, that's it.
Forewarning.
Yeah.
Let's use our adult words. Forewarning.
Forewarning.
I'm not saying it.
Come on. The cool kid said it.
Give you 20 fucking minutes of forewarning.
Yay, he said it.
He said it.
Let the rest of them know I said hi.
And then you
keep
kind of
safe.
hear a rustling, like someone's covering the mic of this particular phone, and you can hear like a muffled, "Hey, he said hi." Yeah, I'm back. They said hi.
We'll see them all soon, and then we'll make our way out of this damn city.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll have to head back to Montreal after this.
Montreal is always a good time,
It really is.
but the Cammies took it back.
Yeah, that's where my sire went and lived.
We have been overseas for way too fucking long.
We'll make a hookup in Quebec, and we'll get back to your precious crusade sooner rather than later. Ships
Said
from
we've been
here
there.
go to China. They don't go to Saudi Arabia.
I'm aware of that.
I mean, technically, you could go from China to Chicago.
Listen, I'll make the appropriate travel arrangements with the smugglers, not with us, all right?
That makes sense.
I'm not actually in a rush to get back, and you know it. Anyway, we'll let you know.
Yep.
Anything else either of you need arranged before I let him go?
Nope.
Great.
No.
We'll let you know, Dev.
Cool.
It'll either be me or her letting you know in case I accidentally brick this fucking phone.
Okay.
You know me in tech.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got everything in Faraday cages.
Yeah, I know. I've already bricked one in the last week, so I really hope I don't brick another one.
Put the phone down.
I'm using it now, so no.
Just
Bye.
Put the.
Did
you make a tech roll?
Yeah, I did actually. That's why that's why I was able to answer the phone.
Son of
Yeah.
a.
I was almost a Malkavian. Charlie was
Really?
supposed to embrace me. Yeah, apparently he was making plans and had asked the prince and everything. And then Connor found out and decided to embrace me on the spot as vengeance against Charlie.
Pardon my French, but what a complete asshole.
He was, yeah. Yeah. And then he bailed back to Montreal. And as far as we know, that's where he was until he showed up in Vancouver a few months ago.
Why? You know, I don't mind as much when they're vicious, useless servants of the antediluvians. I don't mind as much that they are these servants of eternal tyranny. What I do mind is that they're so goddamn sloppy and petulant and juvenile about it.
It's just the way to be fucking artless and boring.
Of all the people to be artless, a toreador, that's your one thing.
Right? Right?
That's why dark roses are better.
I mean, difference of opinion. You can be wrong.
You are one now.
Oh. I get it now.
Don't worry, there's some really annoying ones out there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me. I arranged a corpse in a particular way. It is so avant-garde.
Anyone can arrange something in a way. That's not being born with talent. That's the ability to have eyes.
Oh, I like you.
I mean,
I'm here for this.
I just think that there's a difference between talent and skill. And sometimes you have both, but if you only have skill, you're not technically an artist. You're just well learned. Maybe.
And it's at that point that it's roughly, from what you can tell, about 15, 20 minutes away from the dock. So it's time for a bit of a break. So come on back in about 5 minutes, everybody, and we'll see what happens when they make landfall. Welcome back, everyone. We are about to hit landfall in. I don't even know what to call this boat anymore. It's like the Sabbat boat, like the SS
Party
It's
Sabbat.
a yacht.
Duh.
All right. So, what is everyone doing now that you're about 20-ish minutes from landfall?
I'm going up to steer.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go stand on like the bow, watch us come into the city. No, not like that. Ah, my hood. Everything's gone terribly. How dare there be wind on this boat?
Don't you dare
I'm-
Titanic us, bitch.
I'm going to look to Silas and, as I was saying, ask him to check in on our guests.
Okay.
Got it.
Silas, you're going
Yes.
below deck.
Yeah.
As you go below deck, there is the room that was basically set aside for Elena and Cassandra. You give it a knock,
Mm-hmm.
and we can actually do this. We have sound design now.
Foley.
So, there's no response.
Oh my god. Another round of it because, I'm trying to be polite even though I have no patience.
And there is still no response.
All right, I'm coming in. Open
See.
door.
Push open the door, and there's a. You're La Sombra. You've seen this a billion times before. There's a whiff of shadow, and you see Elena's hand kind of get pulled into it.
Son of a bitch. And I am definitely I am not fast enough or able to track that.
No.
Turn around, running back to
Above deck.
running back up to the deck.
I heard you
Um,
stomping up and go,
Oh yeah, you'll hear me
Yes.
running. We got a problem.
what sort of problem?
Elena is gone, courtesy of someone else.
Elaborate quickly.
Somebody pulled her ass through the shadows. Our trick.
That's unfortunate. Who would possibly have a motivation for doing that and would know that we were approaching?
I mean, I'll give you 3 guesses, but you only need 1.
I was giving you the guess to see whether you could actually figure it out.
It's
if you
him.
haven't already.
I know. It's him.
I think
We
we
got
have yet
fucked.
we have yet another reason to be deeply irritated with Mr. Cervantes.
It's at that point the phone rings again.
Damn it. Not me rolling really fast. Make sure I answer it.
I answer it maybe.
And we're good. What?
Is the boss there?
He can speaker. Yeah, he can hear you.
Yeah, I gotta talk to the boss.
What is it?
Yeah, I gotta talk to you in private.
You're gonna have me there.
Mm,
I kind of have to hold the fucking phone.
what? You can just like put it down or something.
Dev?
Yeah.
That's very unusual.
Mhm.
We are all members of the same pack.
Mm. Okay, so, I see things occasionally.
Yes.
I see, like, not now things occasionally.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right. I saw some things. I don't know, it's weird. You drop off, uh, uh, what's her name?
Cassandra and
That's
Elena?
the one. Yeah, no, the redhead.
Yes.
And then some shit goes down.
Okay.
I don't think you guys should be there. Well, you
What
could
kind
drop.
of shit?
I won't say trap, because trap implies planning.
Who's the trap for?
Not you guys.
Her.
Her who?
Cassandra.
No.
Elena.
One might imply because of them.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is, you guys should drop them off and then hit the bricks.
We dropped them off at Cervantes,
Yeah,
and that is going to be the time in which they strike Cervantes.
thereabouts. What I'm figuring is, once they're dropped off, it's likely a couple minutes, but there's a lot of. How can I put this? Bumbling ineptitude involved.
Surprise, surprise.
Not from you, Red. So, if you guys go and you stick around, it might be bad for you guys. But if you guys go, drop them off, and leave, it'll be better for you guys. As far as I can tell, I only had the one vision.
Now, I have bad news for you, Dev. Your vision's already inaccurate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because you're only dropping one of them off.
Ah. I misunderstood you then.
I think the other one's already there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that
the-
confirms something.
That's the
Useful.
gist of what I got anyway. But yeah, it's not really a trap. It's more a series of unfortunate fuck ups.
A series of unfortunate fuck ups. I think we have the name of a new pack.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
Understood, Dev.
yeah. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, you get there fine. Ish.
We'll see after your distraction goes off how quickly
Yeah.
you can deal with the scourge.
Speaking of, is that time?
It's about that time.
Roger.
Hold the pin.
Silas, there's no reason Cassandra needs to know this.
She's gonna figure it out pretty fucking fast.
What? That we're dropping her off at Cervantes and then shit's going to go south?
Ah.
Don't worry, we'll tell her to be careful.
Oh, man.
I'll consider it. Anyway, hold the pin, Dev.
Pulling. Click.
Silas, go tell Cassandra what happened to Elena.
Copy. And he will head down where fairly sure that Cassandra can put together that something's wrong since she saw Silas go running up there.
Yeah, Silas comes running up. Elena's not up on deck yet. Cassandra's definitely looking at Silas as he's approaching.
Problem.
Isn't there always?
Looks like Cervantes got a little impatient.
Cervantes is an asshole.
Yeah, well, you know that trick that Victor and I do of pulling people through their own shadows. She's
Well, I mean,
with
he
him.
only ever really wanted her.
Well, he has her right now.
I still have to go.
I know. We're going. I'm just letting you know what's going on. And
Yeah,
I
that means it's going to
definitely
be
take an
dangerous.
exception to this.
I
It's a
mean,
day that ends in a
more-
Y.
More than we were expecting. We thought it was going to be us fighting our way through Cammy's to a Sabbat thing. If he doesn't want me there, it's going to be us fighting our way through Cammy's and Sabbat.
Oh, he's got some things to answer to right now. From me, at least. We made a fucking deal. This is twice now that he's fucked around on that deal.
He's a fucking snake.
Canaanites keep their word to each other.
At this point, he's just here for Elena. And I know her plan is some kind of convince him to leave the Sabbat and have it be just the two of them thing.
What?
It was supposed to be that we were going to kill him or whatever, but she's been getting real soft on the idea. And he wants her.
You don't fucking leave the Sabbat. That's not
Okay,
how this works. I know.
I'm not saying he's gonna.
I'm not mad at you.
But it wouldn't surprise me if he pretended to get her back under his thumb good and proper. Oh, yes, Elena, let's run away together to wherever it is we live or come from or whatever. That's a direct accent. That's exactly what he sounds like.
Victor's gonna be pissed.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
At the
Right.
tail end of this particular conversation, Victor is kind of guiding the yacht into a dock because it doesn't really matter where you park. You don't really give a shit about the boat. And a number of buildings that you can see off in the distance basically just explode.
Was that your distraction?
We did tell him not to do another Minnesota, right?
Not the one we planned.
There's a bunch of exploding buildings.
Whatever, distraction is a distraction. Let's get
Yeah,
out of
fuck
here.
it.
Yep.
So you're taking to, like, basically jumping off the boat onto the
Mhm.
dock. Down at the end of the dock, there is someone there that does not look in place at all. And they're like, hey, stop right there. And it's a
Why?
guy, he's got like a large coat on, definitely not in season, long, brown, scraggly hair. Yeah, just wait there. The scourge is coming.
Fuck
Yes,
that.
about that.
And what are we all gonna do?
How close is he?
Probably about 50 meters, give or take. A pause as we check the rules. This rule check brought to you by our merch shop.
I'll let you go first because I think you've got a good line.
Yeah.
There's a pretty,
I'm going
really
to-
good line of sight.
Umbrus clutch.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Give us a roll on that one.
All right, I passed my rouse check. Wits plus oblivion.
Let me open up ye old demiplane. Wits plus oblivion. What is the defense
We are
on
the
that?
fucking worst, and I love
Dex
everything
plus
about it.
wits.
Dex plus wits. Not so bad.
6 successes.
Not quite good enough on my part. So, 2 successes is what you got over his.
And they have to make a frenzy roll.
Right.
We're dicks.
That did not succeed in the slightest. That was like 5
Oh,
dice and 1
no.
success.
Oh, Muffin.
They're like,
Somebody's about to have a bad time.
Whoa!
All right. And I would like to proceed to brutal feed upon them.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So they basically get sucked through their own shadow and they pop up near you. You bare your fangs and muckle on. It's over in like a heartbeat, if one could even say that for a vampire.
Well then, enough of this scourge nonsense.
Actually, hey, Cassandra,
Yeah.
do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Grab his phone.
Okay. And I
Check
Rustle
it.
through his
Hopefully it's not
pockets.
actually locked.
check his phone.
It's not locked. Seems like it's
Idiot.
Does he have car keys?
I'm gonna just loot the corpse in general.
yeah.
Yup.
Car keys, wallet, cell phone, etc. Billfold with a couple hundreds in it.
I grabbed the car keys. Does it have a little clicker on it?
It does.
Excellent.
A 2007 Volkswagen kind of lights up with the lights.
Congratulations, we have a Jetta.
Yay.
Aw.
Cassandra,
What am I doing with this cell phone?
for the
I'd like to know whatever the fuck they've been talking about recently in texts or whatnot.
I'm gonna have a scroll through, the last couple days of texts.
there's nobody listed as like any contacts or anything. It's just a bunch of numbers in the texts, but you definitely are able to figure out that these are vampire conversations. It's not exactly Morse code or anything. It's like a cipher system to discover, but for the last couple of texts, it's been like kind of checkpoints. There's even like a Google map kind of screenshot that's attached of saying that, this part is clear, and it was leading up to the area that you're currently at.
I relay all pertinent information to Silas, screen grabs, what have you.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
And while you're all piling into the Jetta, Cassandra,
Yeah, see?
give me a willpower roll.
Oh, to get in this hideous car?
Yeah. It's not exactly the most well kept Jetta. There is stuff in the back seat. 3 successes. You can do it. It's like fucking gross though. Like your feet are sticking to the floor in the back. Like, yeah.
Uh, everyone is disgusting. Why is it sticky back here? You're not even alive.
I don't even want to know why anything that thing had was sticky. Ugh.
Should have just taken another car.
I hate
I
everything.
hate this city.
And you hear like a hey, and somebody's pointing at you from down the way.
Starting the car.
Yep.
Drive.
Give me a drive roll, Victor.
Get him.
I actually have drive.
Yay!
Yep, that's why you're driving.
Good.
To see if your La Sombreness affects wheeled vehicles as well. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't.
Not a car
Great.
this shitty. Maybe like a
successes.
Tesla.
You turn on the radio and it explodes.
That would
How many
suck.
successes?
3.
3 successes. You throw it in drive. It's an automatic. You kind of peel out, and they're like in the rearview mirror. You can see a bunch of people coming together and kind of pointing at you and kind of hopping on either cell phones or radios, trying to alert others of what's going on.
Does anyone happen to have a gun, just in case things get hairy?
I did have a gun.
I'm
at
gonna do
one
the smart
point.
thing and check the glove box.
The glove
You're
box.
the one in the passenger seat.
Yeah, maybe.
For anybody who's opening the glove box contains the pristine, never opened, basically ownership manual for the car. Like some shitty knockoff Ray-Ban sunglasses, and there is a gun in the glove compartment.
Perfect.
Where
I
are
will
we
take the
supposed to
gun.
meet Cervantes?
Yeah.
Cervantes' last information that you got, which would have been in a text from Dev, would have been like in the eastern part of Seattle, like over a bridge or two. There would be a kind of like a warehouse that he would have been at.
And this is where he wanted us to deliver those
Yeah.
two? Okay. I think it's time we give Cervantes a call.
Yeah. Yeah, so do I.
Or more accurately, give the ghoul a call.
Yeah.
You get a text, actually, Silas. The text is from Dev, and it says, "I didn't do that."
Expect. I figured.
But they've got more shovel heads to worry about.
They've also made us.
Crap. You want another
It is what
distraction?
it is. Do it.
Done.
And as I'm starting to, I guess, get ready to get a hold of the ghoul, I will relay that to Victor. Just Dev is creating an additional distraction to hopefully get more heat off of us.
And you're placing the call.
Yep. Actually, okay. Put it on speaker.
Hello.
You know who this is. You fucking should.
I actually don't. You'll have to narrow it down.
This is Victor.
Ah, Victor.
We have one half of the quarry that you ordered. The other was taken from us, most likely by you.
Wasn't
By
by
your
me.
boss.
I'm just a ghoul. I don't have
by
access to those powers.
you all.
I believe Cervantes does have his child.
We are proceeding to fulfill the part of our bargain, and we have Cassandra. Where
Excellent.
are you now?
We are in the same location, the warehouse.
The Scourge and such are rather riled up at the moment.
So I've heard.
We'll do our best to ditch them before we get there.
Excellent. Oh,
Whose bright idea was the fucking exploding buildings?
it wasn't us.
Oh, fuck. I know one other dude who likes explosives.
Great.
Who?
Okay.
Charlie, the guy who blew up your boss. Remember how we blew him up?
I do recall, yes.
Yeah.
So
What a
noted.
lovely,
We'll see
happy
you
family.
soon.
Aren't we, though? All right. We will attempt to prepare for your arrival.
Sure thing.
And the phone goes dead.
I'm looking for a car to switch out for this one that we can do a good T-stop in front of and basically just pull people out of. Carjack.
Yeah, easy enough to do. It's not super late at night. It's probably around 11 p.m., so there's a bit of traffic. Give me a drive roll. See if you don't, unless you don't really care about crashing the fuck out of it.
I mean, we're
no.
trying to. Yeah, we would prefer not to crash
Yeah, no.
the car that we're trying to steal.
So different from my other coterie.
What
Two
plans?
Plans, not crashing cars.
2 successes? Yeah, you pull up in front of another car, and then some people are getting out. They're like, "What? Hey, man, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, why are you?"
Silas gun.
And I mean, I will level it at them.
Whoa! Wait, whoa!
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Give us the fucking keys now.
The keys are in there.
Cool.
Then go over there to the sidewalk and get out of the way.
And they run over to the sidewalk. They're not incredibly stupid.
Cool. Cell phones too. Give them.
Yeah, man. Whatever. Take what.
Thank you.
He like tosses it over to you.
All right. I am activating fleetness.
Okay.
I do not get hungrier.
Excellent.
And I am proceeding to do some driving intent on shaking any tails we have.
Okay. We'll do 3 contested rolls on that one. Your dex and drive and potentially, oh, for fuck's sakes. Roll 7 dice. Get 0 successes. So, what was the result of your first roll?
Not bestial failure. What's the other one?
Messy critical?
Messy critical.
Yeah, messy critical. 1, 2, 3, 8 successes.
All right.
Sorry, 7 successes.
You are incensed that this particular vehicle does not quite have as much pickup and go as you think it really should. So you slam your foot into the gas through the floor of the car.
Again?
Shut up.
So this car really isn't going that far. It does make it a fair stretch. Like it kind of, you pull it up to essentially its top speed, but it's not going any faster, and that's when you like hammer it home. So you made it probably about another block or so.
Mm.
So what is the plan from here?
Is the car still in working order, or do we need to switch again?
You would probably have to switch again.
Of course.
Is there a better car kind of around where we're now stalled out?
Yeah.
Give me a wits and awareness.
Every single one of us go to make that roll.
I have to find the Toreador a nice car.
3.
3.
Second.
4.
3.
3. So Victor would be the one who basically picks up on this. There's a really, really nice. It's probably like a 2019, like Viper.
And it's being driven. The person's in it.
They're kind of stopped behind you because you had made it up to kind of top speed for that vehicle, probably about 90, and then your foot went through, and then it kind of coasted to a halt. And then there's like the car behind you because you were trying to keep in the fast lane, I'm assuming. And the car behind you is like, hey, they stop behind you and they're like honking their horn and they're like,
Car.
New car.
Got it. And I will get out of the car.
Why don't we just ask him to give it to us?
Why don't
'Cause I don't
you
ask
ask
for
them to
shit.
give it to us? No.
Okay.
Has a point. Cassandra, go get the car for us.
God.
Okay. So I learned from the boat party,
yeah.
I would like to just activate awe with no majesty whatsoever, please.
Got the old thing. By the way, anybody who's using this book, there's these little
That
things
would
right
be-
here. That's where your disciplines are located.
That would be my manip and presence versus their composure intelligence.
Versus their fuck all. Ha!
It's either that or
Ooh.
we pull him through his own shadow and break his neck.
I
Do you-
mean, I'm don't
No
object to
Do you
pressure.
that.
really want me to? Do you want me to roll for this?
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you could probably take half and still beat him.
I
was
sure the
gonna
hell
say, if it's a
can.
human, yeah.
Because
I mean, like,
I rolled 4 dice and I got 4 successes.
Oh,
half of mine is still like 7.
yeah. That's
So-
you know.
With awe on, Cassandra's just gonna walk up to the driver's side of the car and just kind of be like, "Hi,
Hi.
could I have your car? It's really nice."
Do you want to get in the passenger side? Like,
Oh, I like to be in control. Can I drive?
and then he scoots over into the passenger side, like without
Great.
even.
I'm gonna get into the driver's side and pull it up next to Victor and Silas.
Victor's going to open the passenger side door and just eject this guy.
yeet.
I have potence 3. I'm assuming this is not a problem.
Not at all a problem. Like he doesn't. It's amazing. It's pretty rare that Victor or Silas has seen anything like this, but as you're yanking the guy backwards by the scruff of his neck, his eyes never actually leave Cassandra. He's still looking at Cassandra as he, hits the top of the arc and then lands backwards on his ass.
I go over to the driver's side and say, I'm driving.
Fine. And I'll scoot over to the passenger seat.
Can you even drive stick?
Yeah, I can drive really well. I can drive motorcycles and boats and big rigs, but no one ever thinks I can.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Mhm.
I'm still driving.
Yeah, somehow that doesn't surprise me.
I'd like to be in control too.
That's even less surprising.
I will,
It's
I
sort of
guess,
the
hop
thing.
in the back.
Yeah, there's got to be a kind of a scoot up, and then Silas would
Yeah.
elbow their way into the back.
Ugh.
So
I got 5 successes on a drive roll.
you
Yeah.
have done driving before. You throw it in gear, peel off. You actually probably would go in the opposite direction from the way you came, just to throw everybody off trail. So 5 successes on that one. And that is 1 more success than what I got. I was close to getting a crit, but I only got the 110. So let's do another roll on that.
I'm really glad that I activated fleetness.
Yeah.
This is supernaturally good driving.
This is supernaturally good driving.
4 successes.
Combined totals, you definitely won. Because I got 5 on the last roll. So yeah, you kind of duck and weave through traffic up onto the sidewalk at some point, and then you're pretty sure that there's enough chaos behind you and there's enough stuff going on in the background that there doesn't seem to be anybody trailing you when you do the mirror checks.
All right, I think that we're free of any pursuers.
Yeah.
Also, I hope the ride is more to your liking, Cassandra. There's nothing sticky back there, I'd hope.
No, I think this is a good car.
You have a thing for midlife crisis mobiles, noted.
Yeah. I like them expensive and red.
Yes,
This
but
is-
what about cars?
You're so funny.
I have jokes.
This is certainly a red car.
Yeah.
So Viper.
Well, I mean, it's
Criminal
faster.
who's in any other color.
Right. Red makes it go faster. That's science.
We won't debate the merits of that for the moment. I start going towards the where we're supposed to meet Cervantes, but I'm keeping a lookout, checking the mirrors, having my head on a swivel a bit.
I am
Also-
literally just keeping a lookout.
So what are you guys gonna do when this is obviously a trap to kill all 3 of us?
Spring the trap.
Hey, fair enough. You get no fight from me.
It's a bad fucking idea to put me in a trap.
It's even worse idea to put both of us in one.
Does seem
Yeah.
like a bit of an oversight.
Hopefully
It's
he's
like somebody
dealing
hasn't
correctly.
paid any fucking attention to our service record from overseas.
And has made a very unnecessary enemy at that.
Yeah.
Well, especially
I-
considering we were telling Cervantes we wanted to come back anyway. He literally needed to send, like, a cab.
Yeah, he didn't tell us that.
Maybe he didn't believe us? Maybe he thought it was a trap to blow him up
Oh,
again?
flat out, we were told to expect a great deal of resistance when it came to picking you up. Both of you.
Yes, you don't send us to collect someone who just needs an airline ticket.
And it was pretty
Yeah.
clear from the other pack that he didn't tell them that either.
Yeah. I don't
So,
get it.
This is personal.
Yeah.
He's let this all become very personal.
Unfortunately, in him doing so, that has made me now take this very personally.
Well, I mean, it's all about the love for his child and whatnot. He had to prove to her that she was the apple of his
God.
evil eye.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
right.
God.
We have an issue. Didn't get to tell you.
What's the issue?
No, it's what you told me about, Cassandra.
Oh.
Elena may be planning to bounce.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Bounce from the city or
Sect
what?
with him.
What?
She wants to save him from the Sabbat.
So we can run off and be happy together.
Well, that's really interesting.
Ain't it though?
I mean, he's obviously going to agree to it just enough to convince her he's agreed to it. And then he's going to get her all good and wound up in his bullshit. And then he'll have himself his queen of the Sabbat. Which
We
is what she's
don't
supposed to
have
be.
a queen.
Yeah. We don't have fucking royalty. We don't have fucking masters.
Maybe it was Empress of the Sabbat? I can't remember.
Same thing.
But that's
Empress,
supposed to be her position.
queen, pope. I don't care. We don't have one.
Supposedly she's supposed to be on the bone throne next to him.
What a very interesting opinion Cervantes seems to have.
Victor,
However,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
destroy the throne. I'm gonna break it. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry.
no. We drop them off. We fulfill our end of the deal. I'm not getting embroiled in this city's bullshit. We have bigger fish to fry.
We'll discuss it later.
If you want to come back and clean up, I suppose we can. But for now, we're
I'm
going to
just-
fulfill our obligations.
I'm just surprised you guys don't want to hear this bullshit from his mouth itself.
I do.
It's Elena's plan to convert him away from the Sabbat, not his plan.
Yeah, but
Correct.
his plan is the whole fucking Empress bullshit and representing himself as, you know, if he's the regent.
If he thinks he's the regent, he is more than he's more than invited to test that assertion.
He told them that he was in charge of the entirety of the Sabbat.
What a poor, oblivious soul.
I assume he's just talking his dick up to be more enticing to Elena. You know, I mean, who wants to go back home to middle management of the Sabbat, you know, local manager of the staples of the Sabbat? No, it's got to be king of the Sabbat. It's got to be emperor of the Sabbat. You've got to be queen. Like, who's just going to go for the fuck of it?
Archbishop of the divided city. My inclination is that this isn't pack business, Silas, but do you want to take this personal?
I'm kind of already taking it personally, all things considered. This
The code
guy.
is...
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
Go
you.
ahead. No, you.
Fine. He has broken his word to us entirely at this point. We made a deal. We were supposed to collect them. That was our fucking job. He sends another fucking pack with all of their associated hangers-on and bullshit to grab them and kill us outside of the bounds of holy monomacy. we get here to fulfill our end of the fucking bargain. And he ensures now that we can't. He's taken her. He's collected her. When we get there and deliver this one, we're not going to get anything, Victor. Because the accusation will be from him that we were not able to fulfill this bargain and that he had to do it himself.
Well, the code is quite clear on personal business and personal grudges. Are you going to make this personal?
Right now, he has broken the code.
Yes. And the
He does
code's
not
remedy
benefit
for
from its
that.
protections.
Haha, there we go. Well, you have taken something personally. You feel this person has wronged you. You feel that he is no longer worthy to lead.
Yes.
And Cassandra, do you think this individual is worthy to lead?
No.
And what do you think should be done to someone who is not worthy to lead but dares to give orders?
I think they should be stripped of their position by whatever means necessary.
Could you think of perhaps a stronger reaction?
Well, he's made kind of a fool of himself, and in that endeavor has done his best to make fools of you. That's the
Mhm.
kind of insult I wouldn't take lightly either. I'd probably kill him for it, especially if I had my beast in control.
Oh, I would go beyond killing him if I were you. I would crush him. You make an example of such people. So, my
My
good
fervent hope,
students, go on.
my hope is that Elena will see through his bullshit and take his life herself. I think it would be the best thing for her. But if she falls in with his nonsense, then I think it's the best thing for everyone and for the sword if that's not permitted to happen.
So, my two fair students, you're faced with an unworthy leader. I think it's time that you show me what you would do to an unworthy leader.
Get us there.
Excellent.
What happens in the Sabbat if Elena wants to stand between us? She's one of your packmates too now, right?
Do you think that your feelings for her are worth more than crushing someone who dares rule over you and is unworthy?
No, but I
At this
think the
point,
ability to keep her in our back pocket is worth a lot.
yeah, I would. Right now, we know that this is what he is doing. We do not yet know the full extent of what she is doing. I would deal with him and then sort her out. If she stands in the way, that's what a stake is for. There are ways to deal with us that are not necessarily immediately fatal.
How merciful.
Useful.
Are you sure?
Foresight.
Are you absolutely positive this is foresight as opposed to affection?
I'm absolutely certain I've seen Elena single-handedly kill at least 3 werewolves.
I see. So you're afraid of her.
No,
No, she
I think
sees a
she's a
useful
weapon.
tool.
I see.
An excellent weapon, and one that's very easy to wind up and release in any direction you want. And she will go in that direction for miles until you reel her back in.
The problem is that I would like to ascertain if that weapon can actually be controlled, or if it's something that I'm going to constantly have to worry about going off in my hand.
She's easy to control as long as you're willing to play hearts.
Terrible Lasombra.
She wants to be accepted for what she is.
What she is.
Broken, damaged, hurt, hurting. That's how Charlie got her under his thumb. That's how I got her under mine and brought her here.
Such are the fruits of humanity.
Once again, thank you.
You're most very welcome. I consider this to be a worthy test of both of your abilities. If you can sufficiently control Elena and get her out of the situation, more power to you. If you can assert and crush properly Cervantes, not just kill him, but crush him publicly, make him into a farce, make sure that you are seen as being a righteous force who is taking away this blight upon the Sabbat. I think that would be a worthy test.
I think
And
we
we'll
can do that.
see. We'll see, Silas, how much of a finesse you can show as opposed to simply being brute force.
There's no other option but success here. I will not entertain the idea of failing.
That is a heartfelt and noble assertion. I'm sure you'll follow through with it completely. And I proceed to gun the engine and drive on towards where Cervantes is.
All right. So you're driving along and you pull up outside the, probably not directly outside. You're a lot smarter than that. You'd probably be a little further away, just so as you can scope out the area. And that's when
Yes.
you get another call.
Fucking stupid thing blowing up all the time. I will look at caller ID first.
The caller ID is blank.
Yeah.
Silas. It's Dev.
Yes, Dev.
Are you there?
We're somewhere. Why?
Everyone's always somewhere. Is this a code? Like, did you not tell me what
It's
this
me not
code?
wanting to answer on a phone that's not necessarily secure, Dev.
Right. Well, okay. The Sabbat isn't exactly the brightest when it comes to technology stuff. That's why you got me.
Yeah, I know. I've learned from you. Thank you.
So, we're almost there.
Okay.
But if you're not there yet, you got to tell me.
We are.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. So we did not blow anything up. I want to make that perfectly clear.
Yeah, supposedly neither did they.
What?
Yeah,
That's not good.
no.
That would seem to imply
Additional pieces on the board.
a third party.
Let the third party continue to do whatever the fuck it is that they're doing, but keep your eyes open.
All right. So we're just grabbing you guys and booking, right?
You're grabbing me.
You're
Silas
grabbing
has
Victor.
business to deal with.
Say again over. All after what the fuck did you just say?
You're grabbing Victor,
Right.
not me.
Okay. I know
Tact doesn't
Malkavian.
involved in personal business.
I am very well aware of the fact that I'm Malkavian because I keep getting answers to questions that I didn't even ask. So that is a question that I asked, and I got a question that does not at all match up with the information that I was giving you before.
Okay. And
Is this a Malkavian thing, or is this a you've lost your minds too thing?
this is me
Silas.
making my own fucking fate. Dev.
Good job. Well done.
Right. Okay.
Dev, I'm walking in already informed, which is something I wouldn't have had before.
Well,
And you know that changes things.
hold on.
Sure.
Just gonna put you on hold for a second.
He's doing
And
this
there-
Malkavian thing.
Yeah, you can hear a button being pressed,
Yeah.
but it doesn't at all sound like he hit mute. It's kind of like he hit mute on him being able to hear you, not the other way around.
He's doing this Malkavian thing.
Yeah, and you can hear like a bunch of shuffling. There's a bunch of what sounds like flipping through a bunch of papers, bunch of books. Like you can hear ripping. You can hear like, no, that's not it. No. Wait, hold on. And then talk amongst yourselves. He's gonna have a bit of a premonition.
Good old Dev.
Then you can hear kind of like there's a loud scream, which I'm not going to reproduce into my microphone because it'll just blow it out. And like an hold on. And then you can hear shuffling, almost as if he's like kicking a phone off the table and he's like trying to readjust some stuff. You can hear flipping pages and he's like, how do I work this fucking why does it
If
always
you can
give
hear me, Sunshine, is he good?
why does it always give me headaches? And you can hear like there's like a bunch of beeping in your ear, like he's hitting buttons, and then beep. It's like, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me? And there's like more beeping in your ear.
He's doing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. Yeah, I put you on mute there for a while. Like I had to go do another
Get to sort some shit out.
yeah, that's kind of what oh man. Can you get me some blood, Sunshine, with some ibuprofen in it? So anyway, I really hate these things. Cassandra,
Yeah?
if I was to tell you the horse howls at midnight. What would that mean?
Nothing. That's crazy people talk.
Right. Anyway, you have to, I won't say stand directly behind Silas, but it wouldn't hurt if you catch my meaning.
Okay. I think you've been volunteered as a meat shield.
Yep, this is gonna hurt.
A lot.
I'll walk it off.
I mean, I can.
Whatever doesn't kill me is gonna regret it, so.
That's true. It is a really large horse.
Silas,
What?
bravado and dominance are not the same thing.
I was stating a fact and you know it.
Is there a
If you
horse?
say so.
Because the horse howls at midnight.
Horses don't howl, they whinny.
Holy fuck. You're right. That changes everything.
I'm so glad I'm not a Malkavian sometimes.
Yeah, you would have hated it.
Right?
We get into some messy situations, and you know, you're a Toreador, it's your delicate sensibilities or whatever. And like,
That's me. Delicate.
there's a lot of
Fragile even.
sticky stuff too. And then it's at that point that the van pulls up near you.
End call.
Hey, what the?
Woof.
You can hear from inside the van, like, they fucking hung up on me. What a bunch of
Bang
dicks.
bang.
Oh, Jesus. Pulls the door open. Silas! And they grab you by the shoulders. You're okay. Cassandra
You're just
didn't
on
kill
the
you.
phone!
What?
Gab,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
we were literally just on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to see you too.
I'm just glad you're not diablerized.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, like,
Just-
Sunshine leans out of the window and he's like, if you guys are done with the kissy face stuff, we can take off, right? You know that, right?
I think he's addressing you two, the ones with the shoulder
Yep.
holding.
Like I said, I will be leaving with you, but we'll be coming back for Silas after he's done what he needs to do.
Didn't you hear like Fishbowl's premonition or whatever it is?
Sunshine,
Yeah.
I have business to take care of.
Victor,
Yes.
did you make it personal again?
He's allowed to make things personal. He is a free canine and can do as he wishes. Especially when it comes to an incompetent manipulator. Sunshine, let me put it this way.
Yo.
This particular archbishop, which I don't even believe he's worthy of the title at this point,
No, he's
has
not.
lied, manipulated. Thank you for your support. Lied, manipulated, and otherwise fucked with us. And Silas has decided to make an example of him.
Well,
I have not. I have decided to let Silas and Cassandra deal with this on their terms and show me how they're going to deal with this. So this is not only personal, it's an educational opportunity. And it's also a way of assuring that Cassandra gets back to him.
Right.
Is
Gotcha. Otherwise, they
easier to
won't learn
understand.
nothing, right?
Otherwise, they won't learn nothing. That is correct, Sunshine.
Yeah, I can pick up on things every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're a delight, Sunshine.
I know, right? You don't just keep me around for my sparkling personality. So,
All yes.
yeah, go ahead.
As I was, all that said, that is what is going on and why.
Oh, all right.
I need my go bag.
Right. You want some extras in there?
Yes.
Hmm. So he like kind of leans back over to the passenger side and starts ruffling through some stuff. Comes out with, I'm assuming, a black duffel bag. Hands it to
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
I got some extra, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Coke?
Huh?
No.
She doesn't know that
Is
that
that-
doesn't work anymore.
The
We don't
gesture
have-
that you made is usually associated with that.
We don't have
Yeah, I was
lungs anymore,
confused.
darling.
I mean, we do, but
You're
Eh,
the one who made the gesture.
yeah.
Right? I was confused.
atrophied. I meant on the nose, like if you know what I mean.
I also need a snack if there's anything in the cooler because I'm fucking hungry.
Oh man, I don't know if there's. And he goes back, like Dev, kind of like motions the cooler over towards you, and he opens it up, and there's like the upper half of a formerly alive human in there. Like
Oh, gross.
I
People.
think it's still warm.
Yeah, it's also human. It's not going to do much for me.
Oh right, yeah. The
Don't
other
worry about
cooler,
it.
Dev. For fuck's sakes. Oh right, yeah, that. Okay. Where did I put it? And he's like, there's piles of paper that are in the back now. He's like, here. He like grabs one of the like blood bags.
And that's going to get drained very
Yep.
quickly.
Back down to 100.
Yay. All right.
You sure you want to do this?
Yes.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
That it has been.
May the Dark Father see you to the end of your journeys.
May he watch over us all.
I think this is where you chime in, Red, with some inspirational bullshit.
Yeah, I wasn't taught any of that. I don't have the lines.
She's
Oh.
new.
Just mention, like, I don't know, Kane or something.
Sunshine.
Yeah,
That's not how it works.
isn't it?
No,
No,
not
sunshine.
really.
Fuck.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
I'll
I
figure
get into
it
the
out.
back of the van.
But I'll tell you one thing. One way or the other, when we're all done with this Cervantes thing, I'm retiring the way I talk. I'm just about all done with that now.
Good
You
to know.
mean, is there like an accent thing or something? Are you from like,
Sunshine,
yo,
shut up.
shutting up?
I think that's an excellent idea, Cassandra. I don't think
agree.
you're in a position where people should be underestimating you anymore.
Not once we're done in there.
Absolutely not. People shouldn't have underestimated you for a very long time. I can tell.
You ready to
Well
fucking
then.
do this, Silas?
Let's fucking do this.
Kill the unworthy.
Praise Cain.
Praise Cain.
There you go.
Kane.
Sunshine,
Yo.
what did I succinctly request from you?
Hey, I'm just giving the newbies like some encouragement.
That's very fair. Praise
Right?
Cain.
Praise Gain. Well,
Hey, Victor, there's your new student then. As I
Very
shoulder
well.
the bag and step back.
Dev moves up.
Silas,
Yeah.
vaya con Dios.
Thank you.
Dev moves up to close the door, and he's like, "Don't forget at midnight," and closes the door. And that's when the van drives off.
Okay.
Gonna be bad in there.
Yep. Let's take a look around outside, see what we're dealing with.
All right.
Give me a wits and awareness.
Can I also do sense the unseen?
Yeah. So that'd
I
be
was
a
gonna
wits
say,
and
I would like to
auspice.
activate Oblivion Sight as well.
All right. That'll be a wits and Oblivion. Well, not it's and Oblivion. Wits and Oblivion.
That's
Yeah.
4 for sense the unseen.
Second.
So 4 for sense the unseen. You close your eyes a few times, open your senses to the supernatural surroundings, and you, Cassandra, see something that you haven't seen in a very, very long time. The building itself is supernatural. But it's a familiar supernatural. It's almost
What's
as
it
if
familiar
the
of?
building has a pulse.
Oh no.
Silas, how many successes?
11 critical.
Holy shit.
Oh fuck. Okay. Make me look like shit over here with my 4.
So you blink, and your eyes go jet black, covered over in oblivion itself. And you glance around, and there are a few wraiths in the area. But there is something deep, dark, and disturbing about that building.
Occult? Check.
Give me an intelligence and occult. Cassandra, give me a wits and awareness. With 2 because you're using an Auspex power.
Wait. And awareness. +2, you said?
Yeah.
I'm rousing.
5.
5
I
successes.
don't get hungrier.
This beat, this pulse, this sensation seems extremely familiar.
Is it feeling all Trevory?
It's feeling very Trevory.
Okay.
Or on the occult.
4 in the occult. This is... It's something you've heard of, but it's not something you've experienced. This is something you've heard rumors mostly of a city that was in the Wraithlands. On all descriptions that you've heard, this kind of looks like that.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Silas, it's alive.
Well,
The whole building.
it's live and it isn't live. It's here and it isn't here.
We had one of these in Vancouver.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Sorta okay. We made really good friends with it. And then Cervantes kinda sorta killed it a little-ish. But we stole it, and then it started dying some more. His name was Trevor. He liked me.
You think this is Trevor?
How
We're not
close are we
gonna
to
be
the
that
building?
Lucky. You're still a fair chunk out,
Yeah.
Okay.
but at the mention of the name Trevor, with your senses supernaturally heightened, there is a quickening in the pulse.
Trevor?
And it slightly increases.
That's weird to look at.
It's okay, it's me, it's Cassandra.
And it quickens again.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't want to see anything bad happen to me, do you?
And it slows a lot.
That's right, that's good. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to you either. You and me, we're friends, right?
And it speeds up.
Good. This is my friend Silas.
It sort of slows a little bit.
He's with
Not gonna
me.
do anything to hurt you.
And we're going to pan out ever so slightly from there over to the van. And Dev looks at Victor and goes, "They're talking to a building." And that's where we're going to end this particular episode. Unless Victor wants to chime in.
We all have our flaws.
And that's where we're going to cut off this particular episode. So thank you, everybody, for watching our return for the last season of Adjacent by Night. And for any bits or subscriptions you've felt the need to send our way, it is always appreciated. The money goes to the people that you see on the various screens. And yeah, we will get you... Actually, this will cut off for just a second, and then we will launch into Vancouver by Night, delve into darkness in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to do some quick outros. Sam, unfortunately, got called away, so we're going to throw Sam's info up on the screen. Give her a follow, give her a like, and all of her stuff. And we're going to skip over to Lex.
Hi, I'm Lex. I was Cassandra. Somehow joining the Sabbat seems to be the most fulfilling and smart decision I've made in 6 seasons. You can find me online. I do things, other times I do stuff. Eventually, maybe I'll do some other things. As always, you can catch me on social media as a Redhead Vixen. You can see me on Instagram posting thirst traps, and you can find me on Twitter posting cereal reviews, not at all related to each other. Otherwise, as always, buy Lex's book, and we will see you in a couple weeks. I guess we will.
And thank you once again to our special guests for this particular episode, Matt and Jonathan. So let's hop over to Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a game runner and LARP runner and TikTok trash. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, and other parts of the internet as Matt Stormcrow, and I look forward to talking to you and seeing you there.
And Jonathan.
Hey everybody, I'm Jonathan. I was Silas Gowden, who definitely made some choices tonight. I have been in a number of stuff and things. Currently, when this airs, you will be able to see me as part of the new coterie for ATL by Night, where I play the Sombra by the name of the Spider. You can find me all throughout social media in various permutations of Nox Eternus. And I am one of the creative partners behind Cerberus Interactive Media. We are a LARP studio, and we will be running an event, a Nordic-style event at Midwinter Gaming Convention 2024 called Giovanni the Family Reunion.
Woo!
Yay, Giovanni. And this guy is Storyteller Steve. So give us a follow on YouTube. We are trying to get up to 1,500. Once we get up there, we have one of these to give away. Give me 1 sec. I gotta unwrap it because I like protecting my stuff. One of these
Take care of things. Who
What?
does that?
What kind of adult nonsense is that?
One of these clan things from Dogmite.
Ooh.
I have the Ganger one, and I miss Brennan not being here to say bangin' and bangin'. And it will be of the clan of your choosing. Whichever clan you want, we will send that out to you after we get the information over to the fine, awesome people at Dogmite. And check out our merch shop. You can buy stuff like this. You can buy coffee mugs with our VBN symbol on it. You can buy notebooks. For some reason, somebody here who is within earshot and you'll probably hear them in a couple of seconds, won't let me buy a shower curtain with VBN on it. And I just got the finger for that. So we're going to move on.
That clearly means that you need the shower curtain.
Yes.
Yeah, she said buy one.
It's technically,
Absolutely.
number one.
Buy one.
So you can check all that out on the merch shop in the Threadless store over there. And so thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week with the other part of the coterie to see how they end up. Maybe in Seattle, maybe they just, I don't know, screw off over to Egypt or whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. I will figure it out either way, and we will see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.